And if the trek out to South Campus wasn't hard enough through the wintry weather, the long and winding road to get down to the arena from the parking lot doesn't make it any easier. Now, if you want to know how big 7'4" really is, well, these boxes in front of me are 1.5 feet tall. I'm 5'7", and I'm still a little bit shorter than Naheem McLeod. So let me hop off my soapbox here and talk about what's going on in the pros. When the first frontiersmen settled in South Dakota, they relied on everyone on the trail to make a living. Syracuse men's basketball used a similar family mentality to pull together for the win over Oregon on Sunday out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 4 different members of the SU roster scored above 10 points in the W. For head coach Adrian Autry, it's all about trust. Citrus TV's basketball preview show coming back at you. Jesse Cook, you might recognize this guy, new head coach of the Syracuse Orange men's basketball team, Adrian Autry. Are you used to that title yet?
I'm getting used to it. It's taking some time, but I'm getting used to it. I had the summertime to get used to it.
So you're going into year 1 as head coach. Do you have anything that you're most excited for to see in the new year? The last time that the Orange played a game at a neutral site, well, they didn't fly out of here. They went on a bus to New York City to fly out to Honolulu for the Maui Invitational. Hey everybody, touchdown in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm the first member of my family to ever visit this state, and as you might have guessed, it's the first time that Syracuse and Oregon have played here as well. And why are they here? Well, it's to celebrate the 10th birthday for the Sanford Pentagon. When it opened up in 2013, the first game was a St. John's, Wisconsin affair. There's even been some NBA exhibition play. The Minnesota Timberwolves played the Milwaukee Bucks. So Syracuse and Oregon just get to be another piece in that long 10-year history of the Pentagon as it continues to grow. Part of it is also that Sioux Falls as a city is trying to gain notoriety and trying to grow as well. Tip-off is set for 12 our time here in Sioux Falls, but it's 1 p.m. for everyone out on the East Coast. Stay tuned with all my coverage this weekend for Citrus TV Sports. I'm Jesse Cook on the ground in Sioux Falls. Watch this. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. What? How did he keep that out of there? Save of the year, save of the decade, save of the century, maybe. Buffalo goes on to win 5-1 the final. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, UPL, doing it for the WIN. That's all I've got right now. Back to you guys. When the 2023 football season began, Syracuse had high hopes. Head coach Dino Babers was going into practices and press conferences with a big smile and that classic Hawaiian shirt. And after 4 straight wins, it looked like all that would come true. But 5 losses followed that, including Friday night's 17-10 letdown at the hands of Boston College. SU had not lost to BC since 2020. So, after that losing streak, I guess, luau's over. Syracuse down, BC up. Orange press pass about to go on. You don't want to miss a second of it here on Citrus TV. Basketball can feel like a symphony. The rhythm of the game, the loud, hard crashes, the sweet harmonic success, sometimes even heralding tears. That's how it ends for Syracuse women's basketball on the road at Columbia in the Super 16 round of the WNIT, a contest emblematic of the team's season story, blistering intensity into the last minute, group contribution. For members of the Orange, words did not come easy to characterize the season's finale.
It's bittersweet, but I know that we left everything out there today. We played together, we played hard, and there's nothing more that you could ask for. Obviously the win, but I'm just proud of everyone really. I'm just grateful for this season under Chris Shep.
I think it meant a lot to me because I've never had like a group of teammates that was all had the same agenda. Everybody had the same agenda to win games, and I never had that before.
I said, we got this. Jump on the next flight. To let us know that we matter. That says something about Syracuse. That's what Syracuse do. We're not here to build championships. We're here to create a dynasty.
A postseason loss means an abrupt ending, no decrescendo to the Syracuse season, just an empty stage. However, many members of the Orange are planning on returning to the team the following season, so to a certain sense, the beat does roll on, just not until the fall. Reporting from SU's finish line in New York City, I'm Jesse Cook, Citrus TV. It's no secret that failure is a part of sports and life. Success is too, but those pitfalls amidst the competition can drive kids away.
I think youth sports is at a crossroads.
Tracy Parker is the girls lacrosse coach at Jamesville DeWitt High School, and she was an All-American field hockey player at Syracuse University in the late 90s.
There's that self-doubt sometimes that if I'm not doing the XYZ club that I might not be good enough.
It's not just comparing yourself to others. To SU ice hockey forward Sarah Thompson, sometimes it's these simple struggles.
It's not easy to get up every single morning at 6 a.m.
And with those early mornings comes important lessons.
Great opportunities just to learn how to build friendships, how to deal with when things don't go well, because Lord knows in sports not everything goes well.
Dr. Jeff Pauline is a professor of sports psychology at Syracuse, and he was an athlete too. The former tennis player is married to a former swimmer, and both their kids play high school sports. If you ask around, there's one common theme to keeping kids in the game.
They want to have fun.
I think my teammates.
So what keeps high school sports teams like the JD Girls Lacrosse Squad coming out to practice out of season on a rainy Saturday in October? It's not a trick question. It's a love for the game. It's a love for competition. It's a love for teammates. Maybe, just maybe, the coaching staff has something to do with that.
Well, I was fortunate. There was two major things. I grew up in a really small town. I had unbelievable high school coaches.
And hopefully what we have too is quality adult leadership.
Those lessons expand beyond the game, but how long do they last? NBC's youth sports outlet Sports Engine says that 70% of kids quit by their teenage years. To Coach Parker, a sports education is vital in adolescence.
There's just something about a dynamic of a team and those friendships and those bonds and those lessons that you learn that you take with you for life.
From the checkpoint between on the field and off, I'm Jesse Cook, NCC News. It was roughly this time 8 years ago when Syracuse football introduced Dino Babers as new head man, and he told fans to watch out for an offense that was faster than anything they had ever seen on turf. Well, now it's time to introduce Fran Brown to take his spot. With Annie Claff, I'm Jesse Cook. This is a Citrus TV special report. Welcome inside the Carmelo K. Anthony Center on the campus of Syracuse University. I'm Jesse Cook, that's Chillicothe Adele, and it's the basketball preview show, which means it's probably the most exciting time of the year because we get to see a first look at the men's and women's teams.
So we got to hurry this up. I got to stretch. I'm not the most limber guy, but you got to get the heck out of here.
Oh, I guess I do. We have to start running because when Dino Babers stepped into the head coaching role in 2016, the program was essentially a runaway train headed off the tracks. Scott Schaefer had been fired as head coach with 2 weeks to go in the season. Unlike Dino in 2023, Schaefer elected to finish out the campaign. SU officially handed the reins to Coach Babers about 2 weeks after the end of the season. The brand new head man told SU fans to visualize an offense that was faster than anything they had ever seen on turf. Didn't start that way, but by his second season, the Orange had made an improvement, jumping up to third in the conference in total yards per game. Jack, it only got better in 2018. Tying run at the plate, Lourdes Scoriel Jr., 5-4-3 for 2, 1-0 series lead for the Phillies. Watch here, Cutto Schreinemakers is hanging right by the net. Off this pass here, you watch Pika Vandepas at the top, goes straight through, and Schreinemakers is right there on the doorstep. She capitalizes, and Syracuse scores because of something that the Orange saw against Virginia earlier this season. Remember, Syracuse lost that game because the Cavaliers stacked up right on the net and kept Syracuse in a bad spot. Hey there, you might not recognize where I am right now. There's trash cans, a half-empty parking lot behind me. I'm at the bus stop outside Tennedy Ice Pavilion, the home of Syracuse ice hockey, and if you can't locate the rink, it's that area of blue off in the distance behind me. It may not look like it's very far, but I promise you, for most Syracuse fans, the journey is not just the walk. The ACC-SEC Challenge pits two struggling teams against each other. Both Syracuse and LSU missed the NCAA tournament last year. The Orange come into tonight's contest straight off the Maui Invitational, winning just one game of the three. That was against Division II Chaminade of Honolulu. This game comes down to two main factors. How well can Syracuse shoot the three, and who can hunker down on the boards? Syracuse has now seen graphics like that light up 3 times in a row with a trio of wins against non-conference opponents. And that out of ACC slate wraps up up on Thursday at 5, back at home against Niagara. But before we send everything back to Syracuse and back to the Dome, let's wrap up here at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Jesse Cook, Citrus TV.